Let's talk more about Netflix's proposed acquisition of Warner Brothers Discovery Studios and streaming platform. Joining us right now to do just that is Jessica Reif Ehrlich. She is Bank of America Securities senior U.S. media and entertainment analyst, and she just published a new note and raised her Warner Brothers price target to a little less than $29 a share. Earlier, she'd had a $24 price target on it. Jessica, does that mean that you think this deal is going to go through, or that you think other bidders may come back in?
I mean, it's a fluid situation. We all know that. It's unclear what happens from here. But what is clear is that the value of these assets is the value of their IP is just unparalleled. And so it's an attractive asset. There are several bidders. And we do think that Warner Brothers is extremely attractive on its own or as part of another company. And of course, there's also the piece of Discovery Global Networks.
It's kind of amazing to see the turn in the valuation being offered to this company at this point. You looked at those assets and what they were worth 9 months ago. This is a shocking kind of, is it just because there are interested bidders all of a sudden?
I mean, look, we've had a buy in it for a while. I admit we were wrong. Let's say we were too early. But these are great assets and unparalleled. And why is it so attractive to everybody? It just puts everyone at a different level. So for Netflix, they can really build a moat around their business. What they can do with this content is a little bit different than others can do. For the same piece of content that HBO Max would have on, whether it's Band of Brothers or, I don't know, something on like Young Sheldon, like just pick any content, there's deeper engagement because of Netflix tech capabilities, because of their platform. So Netflix has 325 or 350 million subs. They don't disclose that number anymore. HBO Max has 128 million. Let's say 75 or 80% of HBO subs get Netflix. There are still 225 million or 250 million global Netflix subscribers who have never seen HBO content. So there's a real argument for Netflix, what this can do for Netflix. We'll see how they operate it. But you could do that with each of the bidders.
The idea of whether this will pass regulatory scrutiny, particularly with the comments that were made by President Trump over the weekend. If you look at the prediction markets, Polymarket had a contract that, as of December 7th, yesterday, was saying it was a 59% chance that Warner Brothers Netflix deal would close by the end of 2026. Today, the reflection in that contract is 19%.
Right. Well, it's a process. We'll see. We know that there have been parties who have influenced the press, but your parent company, Comcast, said on their last call that the regulatory fears were overblown. So it's a process. Nobody really knows. It comes down to what's the definition of the market, and we'll see where the government goes with that.
You don't think that the deal is going to be cut in any way, shape, or form, though? If there's another bidder that comes in, it's going to be $29, $30.
It's not going to be less than that. So, it was what was clear from the beginning. This company, like Paramount Skydance, was not going to steal Warner Brothers.
Right. Is there a cost of capital just for being locked up if this deal takes 18 months or longer to try and consummate?
Yeah, I mean, look, it could be range bound. We'll see. There's a constant news flow. You guys talk about it all the time, but there's a constant. It's not just you; it's everybody.
What are the plays for the companies who were spurned by this situation? If this deal goes through, and you're looking at either Paramount Skydance, or if you're looking at Comcast, what are their options?
It's a great question. I'm really surprised at your parent company. NBCU has some great assets. Obviously, a great film company. Universal's done a fabulous job, and theme parks have been really strong. But Peacock, is surprising. It's just surprising that Comcast introduced Peacock. I don't know, 6 years ago or so, first to come out with an AVOD product. They zigged when everybody else zagged. It's a small domestic service that's, with really big expenses coming on with sports, NBA, Olympics, et cetera, Super Bowl. So they need scale, unquestionably. So where do they go from here? Paramount Skydance, unfortunately, Paramount's assets have been run into the ground. So there's heavy lifting.
There's still some good cable properties. I looked and I was saying, oh, what's Discovery got? And I was actually talking to my wife. HGTV, people still watch a lot of those things.
Yeah, cash cow.
there's some other ones. I forget all the ones, but I was like, oh, yeah, that's still real. Oh, yeah, that's still real. Oh, yeah, that's still real. And then I think about Versant, too. A lot of those are real. I mean, who gets with whom? What do all these stubs do? Is there going to be stub love?
Well, for Discovery Global Networks, I think they have a little bit of a different strategy. I'm a huge fan of Gunnar Wiedenfels, the CFO of Warner Brothers Discovery, soon to be CEO of Discovery Global. I think he has a real plan. I'm not 100% sure they haven't articulated, but it seems that their focus will be more as a roll-up vehicle for European assets, which are less secularly challenged, more free to air, more local content. They could sell assets. They have a lot of options. For Versant, I think they've been pretty clear that they do not want to be a roll-up vehicle, but ultimately, both companies, both Paramount, Skydance, and NBCU, are weakened if Netflix is the ultimate victor.
So here's my question. What do you think about the prospect of a Paramount Peacock transaction where you effectively spin off CBS and merge that with the Warner Brothers Discovery, or I'm sorry, the
Netflix.
No, the Warner Brothers Discovery.
Discovery Global
Linear business, because then CBS get attached up to CNN, and then you might have solved some of your problems.
Yeah, no, it makes 100% sense. Two weaker players, we'll see if they combine, but that may be
enough to be able to come together and say, hey, we're all going to work this out.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
You think of them as enemies, but are they frenemies in reality?
At the end of the day, you have to be practical. And so they may be better combined. Paramount Plus would be at least a global platform for Peacock. So you can go through the assets, and that absolutely makes sense. CBS going to Discovery Global Networks also makes sense. I mean, broadcast has had a resurgence. There's a lot of value in a broadcast network. And there are only 4 of them.
It was just kind of funny that apparently the ranks at CNN were like, whew, we dodged the bullet. Just the idea that someone who's thought of as sort of middle of the road that might put a kibosh on some of the just total left-wing, approach of CNN. We'll take Netflix. We have no idea what they're going to be like, but anything's better than actually being objective. I mean, it cracks me up. And they could end up with her anyway. Right? Could they end up with that anyway?
Well, under the scenario that I'm laying out.
Under Andrew's plan.